Hey, how you guys doing tonight? We're back for another live episode of Jet TV. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Poohshiesty. Now, I said in the last video that I was going to do Poohshiesty today. Poohshiesty is actually one of my upcoming favorite rappers. I've been trying to keep up with his case and everything and, all his beefs. It's just been too much. And this guy just now, got really, really big in my eyes, I believe, anyways. And for all the trouble that he got in, kind of hit him hard because the two cases that he acquired and everything really slowed down his career. And he was doing real good. He had multiple hits, one after another. But today we're going to talk about not just his case. We're going to talk about people that he's beefing with. What's going on with him right now. I got a couple article clippings, and I got some information from Wikipedia I'm going to pull up so we can read it together. But yeah, subscribe and like these videos when you see them. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, of course, But, let me guys know what you think about Poohshiesty. Leave comments and tell me if my information is good or bad or, what. Tell me what you guys think. Well, let's get started with, first, we're going to read a little bit about him. So let's go pull him up real quick so we can get some good details on him. Now, I am citing my information through Wikipedia, so it might not be completely accurate, but this is the easiest way for me to do this with you guys. Okay, so first off, got a picture of Poohshiesty down the right-hand corner. Scroll down. Latrell Donnell Williams Jr., better known by his stage name Poohshiesty, is an American rapper from Memphis, Tennessee. He is signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 Records and Atlantic Records. He rose to fame in 2020 from his collaborations with the rapper and other artists within the label. He is perhaps best known for his 2020 single Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk. I like Neighbors. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that's like his most known album. I think that is the very first one when he came out that he got big to, though. Poohshiesty released his debut commercial mixtape Shiesty Season on February 5th, 2021, which peaked at number 3 on the U.S. Billboard 200. His stage name was given by his late brother, and it comes from his childhood nickname, Mr. Pooh, and the name Shiesty referring to his lifestyle. So if you're wanting to be his girlfriend, just remember he's Shiesty. Or if you want to be cool with him, he might rob you or so because he's Shiesty. But yeah, let's go to his early life and education. Shiesty is from Memphis, Tennessee, and grew up in Cane Creek Apartments, the rough side of Florida down there, the gangsters down there in Florida. It's always in his videos. On the south side, he lived in Fluggerville, Texas for 2 years. When he returned to Memphis, he took summer school to help graduate high school. I didn't know he graduated. Good job, Pooh. Hell yeah. He began focusing on music at the age of 18, so he's not just some ignorant guy. He actually graduated high school, It's cool. All right. His career. Poohshiesty started off his career with his debut single, Hell Night, featuring American rapper and good friend Big 30. I've never even heard that song, so that just tells you, how he went from not really being known to his bigger stuff. I mean, it happened, overnight with him, which I totally respect that. His work ethic, I think he's pretty good, and he deserves, to have the clout that he got, which was released on March 15, 2019, followed by the official music video on February 19, 2019. Shiesty Summer was then released 5 months later on August 20, 2019, succeeded by the music video the following day. His collaborative single, Chop a Talk with Big 30, was released only 3 days later on August 23rd, 2019, but the video was released a few months prior on May 6, 2019. His final release of the year came with the single Day One, along with accompanying visuals on November 25th, 2019. On March 11th, 2020, Shiesty released the single At It Again, but the visuals were released 9 days prior. 4 days later, he released the single Main Slime on March 15, 2020. On May 29th, 2020, the latter song received a remix with an accompanying music video featuring American rapper Moneybagg Yo. and American record producer Tay Keith, the latter of who produced the original song as well. 2 days later, Shiesty released the single ABCGE alongside the music video on June 3rd, 2020. He dropped a lot of singles, didn't he? A lot of stuff I never even heard about, for real. So let's get back to this. After releasing a few singles of his own, Shiesty received attention from American rapper Gucci Mane. Also, this is before he signed. Okay. Who later signed him to his record label, 1017 Records, along with Atlantic Records sometime in April 2020. So that's when he started getting his notoriety. That's why I remember 2020 and I don't remember 2019 of him. The two eventually ended up collaborating on Mane's single Still Remember and appeared in a music video, but both released on June 19, 2020. The song became Shiesty's initial rise to fame and recognition. Only 6 days later, he released the single Monday to Sunday, which I love that song. It's beastie. Featuring American rappers Lil Baby and Big 30 alongside the visuals on June 25th, 2020. All three singles received music videos and also ended up appearing on Mane's fourth compilation album, So Icy Summer, which was released on July 3rd, 2020. The first half of the album consisted of songs by Mane, and the second half consisted of songs by the rest of the label, known as the New 1017, the latter of which is a collective of new signees to the label, which included Shiesty himself with other label mates, Fujanio, K. Sade, Enchanting, Big Scar, and Road Boy. Shiesty and Gucci reunited within the album later singles Who Is Him, with an accompanying music video the same day. So yeah, that's a little bit about him. Let's lower this real quick. Click it back up here. So far we covered, his 2019 track record and his signing to Gucci Mane. Then, who would have thought that Shiesty would have gotten all the trouble that he has gotten into, and back to back at that, like the whole thing with the bouncer and the whole thing with the people he was buying shoes from. He just started making money. I don't understand what he was thinking. And a lot of the shit sounds like bullshit, like the cops came up with bullshit. That's probably why they couldn't even beat him on the case, because, well, we'll get to that. Let's do a silent video of Poohshiesty real quick. Let's go ahead and pull this up. I can't have the music in here, so we're gonna do his first main hit, because they copyright your ass when you do that. But here you go. We're gonna play a little silent Back in Blood. So this is just to cover some of the visuals of him. Lil Durk, one of his big hits right here. To continue on, with Shiesty and everything. I mean, he was doing good. He was making money. Acquiring a lot of beefs, though. Yeah. Let's pause that. Let's go on to Shiesty's case real fast. Let's just carry on that, because this is what this is mainly about anyways. So I got this from an online article. It's just talking about the case and what happened and his possible life sentence that he could have gotten from the charges itself. We'll read it together. So, what did Poohshiesty do? Case against rapper explaining his possible life sentence looms large. Picture of Poohshiesty there at a concert with all his jury on. There is a chance that Poohshiesty may have to spend his life in prison. Shiesty is still in custody, and the trial will start on October 25th, 2021. There are some serious charges against Shiesty, and he could face around 20 years of jail sentence. His bond was canceled back in June 2021. I remember seeing that on TV when they canceled his bond. He looked like he was salty as fuck. He went from having money, jury, fucking smoking good pot, to living in a shitty-ass green fucking jail prison suit, basically. So yeah, his bond was canceled back in June 2021, and he filed a petition to delay the trial. However, he has now withdrawn, and the trial will start on the finalized date. Continuing on, he initially decided to delay the trial since he needed some time until December 2021 to build his defense against claims of him being part of an armed drug trafficking conspiracy in 2019. You know, that's funny because, you know, they look at all these rappers' videos, and that's how they're actually putting these small ass charges on them, these drug charges and shit, because they're smoking weed on camera, or they got alcohol on camera, or they got syrup and lean on camera. And it's like, dude, like, I mean, nowadays they can get you for pretty much anything. Like, why would you even attempt to do shit like that? Like, you really got to think about what you're doing when you are, you know, carrying yourself as a rapper or whatever. I know you got an image you want to show. Like, you want to either be gangster, you want to be the guy like, you know, Lil Dicky, the white funny rapper, or, you know what I'm saying, just whatever the case may be. But with Shiesty, I don't think he thought anything about his belligerent behavior. Like, he was always out there being crazy with the fans, you know, fucking the security guards, just people he was buying from. I think he was on pills or something, because this guy would do some crazy shit. And it's like shit that make no sense. But, you know, who am I to talk about him? I don't know what really happened when all this shit was going on. I don't know if those guys tried to rob him. If when he was in there, that security guard knocked his money out of his pocket. I don't know anything about that. But let's continue. The rapper's prosecutor said that they had no issues with the delay, but it could have further postponed it until February 2022. That means he went in front of the judge and found out anything until February 2022. Charges against Poohshiesty was arrested. Poohshiesty was arrested back in October 2020 on charges of shooting two men who had to be hospitalized. The first guy was the guy at the bar. He shot him in the foot. And then the other guy was the guy that brought the Jordans, I believe, or the weed, and he was in the McLaren, and he shot him with a rifle in his ass. Don't know why he shot dude in his ass, but, you know, whatever. The charges against him, Shiesty, included armed robbery, assault with firearms, theft, and more. So, I mean, you notice how they just could put all those charges on him. They stack them like that. So if he can beat one, they can get him on another. That's basically why they do that. And I'm sure if y'all been in the system, y'all already know that. So let's continue. He was sent to jail after he surrendered to the cops when arrested. Warrants him in his bottle. Goofy. I mean, when has drinking out of a bottle became a style? Like, he looked like a giant baby coming with a bib and everything. Poohshiesty's still my dog though, so let's continue. Cops, when arrested, warrants was issued for him. Two more suspects. The incident took place in a condo parking lot at 9700 eBay Harbor Drive. I've been there before. Crazy. There's Shiesty with his bottle and all his jewelry on. The arrest report mentioned that one of the victims claimed to have met the rapper at the location and sell him a pair of Air Jordan 4 shoes, which are pretty rare, I guess, because he was going to pay a couple grand for them. According to the first victim, they met the rapper to sell him marijuana and get paid for a lime green McLaren he took on rent. He said, fuck that. Jack that shit. Straight gangster. The victim said he was talking to Shiesty in his car when two men stopped out of another vehicle and walked towards them with guns. Shiesty didn't ask him to get out of the car, and that's how he got shot in the back. Oh, he got shot in the back, not in his ass. Okay, so thanks for clarifying that. The other victim said he was heading towards his car when he heard two shots and fell to the ground. He turned back and saw Poohshiesty on the driver's seat, who was pointing a rifle at him. So imagine this guy's on the ground and Shiesty's got that rifle pointed to him like this, telling him, don't move, don't do it. I guess because he dropped all that money or whatever, he thought he was going to try to rob him. But, yeah, like, one of the victims took both of them to the hospital. Shiesty left the site, but he left behind a bag full of cash. That makes no sense. Like, if he was trying to rob them, why did he leave a bag full of money? And get this, the authorities looked over his Instagram profile and found his picture with the McLaren. The bag and the cash included $100 bill serial number, matched the bill found in the bag. So they got him on all these charges because of $100 bill serial number. You know how many hands that money goes through on a daily? and they just clipped him with $100 bill, and they seen the serial number, and that's enough to indict him and hit him with all these charges and say he's guilty. I mean, these prosecutors don't make no fucking sense. They're out to get these rappers and get them off the streets for whatever reason they have or whatever, but they build these shitty ass cases because they're used to young black men that don't have money, that can't afford lawyers, and they try to bully them. And this is what happens. This is why they do this. And the turnover rate, like where I'm from, is like 98%. So they bully you in the court systems to get you to plead out to something because it's all about money. It's a financial gaining system. It's fucking ridiculous. Something needs to change with this because it's getting crazy. And a lot of your good people that shouldn't even be in jail is going to jail for stupid shit. But, some people do belong in jail. I hope I don't ever have to go for some stupid shit. But if I go, it's going to be for fucking some serious shit, Poohshiesty appeared in bond court when the judge set his bond at $30,000. Two other suspects fled the scene as stated by the cops. So, yeah, there's a news clipping up here. Part of the thing. This is from CBS Miami News. Here we go. We'll play it. A little reaction from him. It's on YouTube. That's if it's going to play.
Poohshiesty will remain in jail for now. Williams was arrested for an incident at a South Florida gentleman's club where he's accused of shooting a security guard. That man is now recanting his story and telling investigators he doesn't remember being shot by Williams. But the judge denied bond as police look into why the victim is not cooperating. Also, the U.S. attorney has placed a federal retainer on another pending criminal case involving the rapper.
So the guy changed his story and said he don't remember why. He don't remember Poohshiesty shooting him. Just that, and they still didn't give him back his bond. They still revoked his bond and made him sit in jail, even though the guy retracted his statement. That's some bullshit. He had to be pissed off about that. I would have been, man, because that's bullshit. Like, the guy retracted his statement. I feel like all of it was kind of a lie anyways. Just they're trying to get him so they could sue his ass, get money out of him. This doesn't even have nothing to do with the club scene, where he shot the security guard in the foot by accident or whatever, because they robbed him for his little bit of cash that he had in his pocket. Like, it makes no sense to me. So this is the second case that he had. He had that one, and then he had this one. And so far, he beat him. He's close to beating him anyways. He got what? This next article we're about to read will say more about, about him and his beef and all that stuff. But let's continue on. We're going to talk a little bit about his beefs right now, and then we'll get to the ending part about the last two trial parts. So here we go. Let's blow this up real quick. Get this up here. There we go. So I haven't really been following the beefs with him and whoever he's beefing with, like, on Instagram and all that shit. But here we go. We got Gucci Mane and we got Poohshiesty. Poohshiesty's on the left. And this is by Distractify, an online site. So here we go. The title is Here's the Truth About the Beef Between NBA YoungBoy and Poohshiesty. And it also talks about other people too. So although NBA YoungBoy and Poohshiesty still haven't publicly addressed the rivalry, viral clips of YoungBoy's youngest child's mother, MAYWEATHER, suggest that the rappers are at odds. An early 2021 video surfaced of expressing her disdain for Poohshiesty's song with Lil Durk, Back in Blood. At a party, the new mother was heard on the video yelling, "Turn this weak-ass song off." She did not like it at all, did she? That's funny. Less than a month later, reiterated her sentiments, seemingly talking a phone call as a DJ played the song in a club. Another one of YoungBoy's former lovers Janelle Michelle was also seen in the same club, but it didn't seem to interfere with her turn up nearly as much.